What's happening, man? It's your boy Mari Cool.
It's your boy Face the Nation.
Cheap Charlie.
Young Bar, aka Mr. Carter.
Wavy Fee, you feel me? And we chilling right now with All Bay Music.
So, what got y'all the stage names, the industry names? What's the story, the background story on the stage names?
Basically, my name Mari Cool. I'm artist, executive producer. I got the name from the first name and the last name. Broke them down, hyphenated. Came up with something popular, something cool. That's how I came up with Mari Cool. Got a clothing brand called After Change. New beginning, hustle, faith, overcome obstacles.
Face the Nation. I got my name from the block. I ain't gonna lie. I'm Carter Black, executive A&R, looking over the music. That's really where my name came from. So, and I was an artist back in the day too. So, but it came from the block. But it means forever accumulating Skrilla everywhere to help aid niggas and the infants of our nation.
Yeah.
It's an acronym.
It's dope.
Saucy.
Yeah.
So that's where that comes from. Represent CBE now. You know what I mean?
Okay. But
My name just comes from the street.
Okay.
Since a kid, people been calling me Cheap Charlie, so that's been it. Stuck. I ain't cheap though.
It's me, man, Young Bird. I got the Young Bird from, used to play basketball at high schools. Had them skinny ass legs, but can jump out the gym. I just changed it into more entertainment with it as I started, fucking with the music. When I was an artist, now I'm a full-time executive, A&R manager, marketer, a little bit of everything. But just utilizing the name just came from sports, and then from sports and me fucking around in the streets. In the streets, it's just called me D-Mo or D-Lamb or just regular Bird. And I just put the young in the front once the music came apart. Today we call. Now I had to reinvent myself as times changed.
Yeah.
By me owning the brand. Now I'm pushing the line, Mr. Carter Block. Thankful to be pushing the movement for over 15 years. So I had to come with some type of new aspiration, some type of new goal, some type of new foundation, and rebranding with the new Mr. Carter Block.
What it's like as a side note, like what inspired the name Carter Block?
Well, Carter Block is actually my neighborhood where I grew up at. I grew up on East 21st and 25th. One of the most interiorist neighborhoods in Oakland in the 20s. Besides like 23rd and the top, the whole Dubs was just crazy. But I grew up on a notorious street, and it was real family orientated. Me, my cousins, and my god brothers, and partners and shit, and my brothers, and we actually just turned something from us having a family orientated friendship into something that came into being the Carter Block. So we came up with the name the Carter Block. I want to say 2000 once the Hot Boys and shit started evolving and shit, because one of my cousins who passed away, Mark Rome, his favorite artist was Dwayne Carter. I used to fuck with Jay-Z. So we used to feud about that because they both are Carters. So on top of, we was youngsters too, getting money on the block. So that's where the block shit came in at. But the Carter came from us both liking a Carter artist.
Mm-hmm.
And us being from the block, put it together. So it's the Carter Block, you get money, you know what I'm saying? So you got the block with the Carter. And my cousin Mark Rome passed away, and that was a way for me to keep it lit to where I didn't have to run into no negativity of utilizing the depression that I was going through to diminish somebody else's life or somebody else's character, you know what I'm saying, about taking their life or even starting up some more funk to either have more people die from that shit. So I transformed that shit and put all my love and my pain and my frustration into the Carter Block brand.
Wavy fee. First it started with fee. I got that because I started off early, selling things, moving things, charging people for stuff. So that kind of stuck with me because my dad told me everything in life costs a fee. So that kind of stuck with me, and I kind of moved like that. And then I threw the wavy on the front because basically what I be doing is different, and it's a new trend. So got wavy fee.
How would y'all say you got your start in the music industry? Like, how early did you start? You know, what's your backstory?
Shit, for me, it was introduced both of my big brothers to, you know, I watched them do the music shit. I was always like, what you want to call it? They had like clothing brands, so I would basically be at the booths. I'd be the one that be popping at all the chicks, branding, doing the branding for them, selling their brand. And one day, basically, you feel me, they was like, you too raw at this shit, like, once you start your own, like, bro, got to the point where he like, bro, you help, you do stuff, but you gotta find something to do. You gotta get in the lane and do something. You can't just be picky. You do your part, but you can't just be coming and picky. We gotta make sure everybody got a part in the road, you feel me? So I jumped in the clothing brand. So then I made the brand called After Change. And it was basically like a revamp. New beginnings, hustle and faith. Something that everybody go by, no matter what you from, where you from. Everybody got a type of struggle that they gotta overcome. Had hella partners in the rap game, besides the family, so started doing like A&R shit, executive producing, like DJ Khaled basically. Started liking it, just kept going with it. That's pretty much how you got the Mari Coupe After Change, lessons from the Carter Block first. Big bro pressed me with my own label, seeing the way I was moving.
Yeah.
He showed me a little bit, and I times it up times 10.
I started off rapping, so I used to be my first real experience in the studio was at Johnny Z the day they made Dre and Ma and them made Maggots on My Glock, and Dre told me that he'd give me a slot on the album, and I went to jail. And ever since then, I've been kind of like going, like 1 foot in the streets, trying to rap, paying for studio time. You know what I mean? Doing my thing, doing my Dougie. So that's where my start come from. Like, and then my big bro was in the Louis crew. So my nigga Black Pepper, he was in the Louis crew. Like, I've been around it a long time, just never really stepped up. Now I'm on the engineering side and the A&R, so.
Yeah, you know, I always think, like, especially for the artist, it's such a change when you get into the executive side more, right? But I also feel like a lot of people feel like they slowed down, but you probably didn't. You just probably got like just as busy into a different part of the business, you know?
But I did produce. I went to school too.
Yeah.
So I went to school for audio.
That's dope.
Went to DVC, graduated that, and as soon as I got out of school, put together my first album. So you know what I mean?
You use the talents that you learned to kind of like self-produce your own project.
Get it out there as quick as possible. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that one of my teachers told me was like, don't let that shit sit in your computer.
I be saying that shit to artists all the time.
Get that shit out.
Yeah, it's like you spent all this money to have it in the first place. Like it can be streamed. Yeah.
So that's where mine came from.
That's them.
What shit with me? My shit started in the early 90s. Watching Adrian Man. Adrian Man was my next door neighbor growing up
Wow.
as a kid. And his uncle Anthony was one of my dad's like my dad was like his uncle. And Age used to be in the hallway, always rapping. This before Keep It On The Real, everything. He went 3 times for just coming apart. And they used to be coming up with the formatically speaking. So they used to be up in here just rapping. I was like, what is that? They like, that's formatically speaking. So I'm like, wow. So I used to get intrigued. So when I first started rapping, my first time in the studio was 1996. I went to PTB Studio. Shout out PTB.
J-Mo.
You know, J-Mo, all mine, Gordo, Creed, you know what I'm saying, the original. My cousin Nate, he had told J-Mo, my cousin Nate was hella little too. He like, my cousin on the rap. I'm like, man, that little nigga don't know how to rap. Like, man, you crazy, my cousin on the rap. So I go in there and I bust a flow. My very first song. So time, you know, progressed. In 2000 and I want to say 2000, I was in high school. Used to be, you know, beating all on the wall and shit, making beats and rapping and shit like me and Jill, all on the table and shit. You know what I'm saying? Just rapping. We just had a whole school turned up. Like, that nigga crazy. That nigga Bird be going crazy. So I still didn't really take it serious. So 2001 came. I took it a little bit more serious. I invested into myself, bought a home studio. Started recording a little bit. Yeah, ended up moving. Got contact with my little god brother KYD. He was doing his own little thing. And we connected. He like, bro, like let's form something that's different. So I'm like, what you wanna do? He like, bro, let's create something. I'm like, all right, so we came up with the Red Line Entertainment. Came up with Red Line Entertainment.
Yeah.
We just working, making music, coming up with brands and images and shit. Ran across a dude named Shiny B. Shiny B was doing the magazines and the flyers and shit. And we were always be fucking with the artwork, because my little guy brother kid was dope with the artwork.
Definitely.
So one day, Shiny B told us about this dude named Ian Jackson. You feel me? Ian Jackson used to be in Martinez, used to be with Keek the Sneak, and doing a lot of big shit going on and shit. So we was intrigued to meet this dude named Ian Jackson. You feel me? We thinking of Ian Jackson. When we hear Ian Jackson about to be black. Like, we can't wait to meet Ian Jackson. You feel me? Like, man, we about to meet Ian Jackson. You feel me? Ian Jackson ended up being the person who we is here with today, which is one of my closest friends that been knowing for over 20-something years, you feel me? Who is actually giving us the interview right now.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? All Bay Music.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So we used to come to Ian house. Me and my little brother used to record in the room. I remember like it was yesterday. We used to be recording in the room and, you know, just coming up with images and branding. Just when he was doing the heavy layouts for like the MySpaces and all of that, like when it had like the moving and the fucking like gold glitter shits and all the little, like he was already advanced with it. So he had gave us the game on how to do it at a young age. Like he didn't hide it from us. You know how like some people try to hide the game or don't try to show you nothing. Ian showed us the ins and outs as young kids. You feel me? I'm like 19 and my god brother was 14. But he had the mind state of a 21-year-old. So people thought that kid was older than what he was.
For sure.
But he was only a kid.
Yeah.
He was really a kid. He was 14 years old. So we used to sit in a room. So we made everything a one-stop shop.
Yeah.
We made our own production team. We made our own marketing team. We had our own fucking covers,
magazine,
videos, everything.
There was definitely a moment where All Bay and Slugger Life was the only like promo hubs for a minute. Like it was pretty dope.
Man,
Looking
so,
back at it.
from that, like he said. So that transpired from us doing that and us having an advantage as youngsters that knew the game. I just start taking advantage of it. So I'm like, okay, bam. We come up with the group, the Sluggers. So it was me, Kid, my 2 little cousins, and then we added my cousin Dustin Mack. So it ended up being me, Kid, Blaze, Bars, Chief, and Dutch. So, bam. We this when the hyphy movement kick off. So right after Mac Dre had passed away, we had heavy connections with thizz. So, mind you, from us knowing Keek from around him and shit, always had, and I mean knowing Keek them from back in the day, it was like a kind of like introduction again. So it's like, damn, okay, these are Sluggers, and then I was getting a little bit of money, and we connected with my OG folks that passed away, man. R.I.P. to my guy, man. I'm gonna miss the fuck out of him, man. Loved one. R.I.P. to loved one, man. Loved one used to have us lit, so he was like he was connected with Blaze mom. So he had hit Blaze. Mine was like, I like them little niggas, man. Like I wanna fuck with them. So man, we started going to Vegas. It's early 2000s, right when Dre died. I was so tight with him and shit. I started really getting money. You feel me? So at the time, my favorite artists and shit from the Bay Area and shit was Keith, Fab, Ryder J. Clyde, you feel me? Johnny Cash, you feel me? Shit like that. So I started making a little bit of money from fucking with Loved One. So I gave Fab some money for a verse. I gave Keek some money for a verse. I gave J. Clyde and a couple others, you feel me? So that made the Sluggers have our first debut big album. So our Scraper Season album came out. We had all the big people on there when them niggas was charging 15, 20,000 a verse. So we able to got that done. Bam. At the time, videos was hella high. So as cameramans that it is today, it wasn't like accessible for people to get videos done or go to a videographer, none of that shit. Like if Tully Cully wasn't shooting your shit or Taj Mahal or somebody like that was like, or the Razor, you feel me? Like these were the people that was big and Damon Jamal at the time. But Damon Jamal came in like a little bit after. Mm-hmm. So these people was charging stupid bands. So this where my little bro came in and started picking up the camera work from learning the camera. So we never really got to get no content going on with the Sluggers shit. But we was always advanced, so while we fucking with the Sluggers, we start doing tours. So by me being a little bit older in the group and shit, I start doing tours and shit. So I hook up with people like Juice and Bessie and hella other people that was like in the game that was big at the time. So I tell them like, we'll do a trade for a trade. And they be like, what's that? We like, man, I do like some artwork or I do like something for you that you can need. And then like either put us on the show or like, you know what I'm saying, give us a way that we can fuck with it. So niggas they liked in my hustle mentality. So niggas started putting niggas on different shows and different tours. So I had a close relationship with HBR Click and Get You Gotcha. So this one when the hyphen was kicking in, when D-Lo with HBR Click and all this shit. So I'm like, bam, like, how about I start bringing my other peers that's my partners and families and we all get a light together. So my cousins that had a relationship with the other people that was like in Get You Gotcha and all of them, they called them. They called Nitty and EBE and Tommy T and all of them. And then we'd come together and big up the click with the HBR Click, bam. So we started doing little tour shows together, bam. So that shit got big. So my little bro D-Lo, he ended up getting in trouble when his first time in his younger days and shit. So bam, this before he went to PTV. I started doing the free D-Lo tours. So we doing the free D-Lo tours and keeping him lit. You feel me? Bam, he come home, no ho, one of the biggest songs fucking ever dropped. You feel me? So then my bro, he get on, he start fucking with PTB. His shit go history. Bam. So now, as I was saying, me and my brother Kid used to do production. So I used to, on the side of being an artist, I'd be making hella little beats in and out for people and shit. So I started making beats and shit. From then, my first couple of beats and shit that I was getting off at the time, that it was artists coming up at the time. I had gave something to Phil, Filthy Rich. I gave something to Stevie Joe. What else? Styling. But it was coming through from Phil. So J-Dub from Acorn, Hustleanity, some shit with Keek on it, some shit with Fab on it. Just multiple shit. So my production name started getting out there big. Me and my brother. So as time progressed and shit, one of our biggest records at the time that we had produced was the So Hard for Style and Filthy and Lil Blood. That ended up being a big ass record. Me and my little bro showed our ass on that record. Bam. So from that, I went through a sign of depression and shit from losing so many people, from being in the hoods and the street shit. I kind of fell off from making the beats. So I got back into music heavy again, I want to say 2009. So 2009, bam, I get back into it serious. Dustin Mac going crazy. I'm going crazy. I got my bro J. Ken. We got the Carter Bike shit going crazy. And then 2011, I come out, I had a big single with Be The Weeda called Who That. So Kid shot the video for that. So we had the Who That. That shit turned out. Bam, I turned up, put that motherfucker on MTV Jams. Bam, came back up. My next single after that was Earthquake featuring Clyde Carson. Ended up doubling back. Shooting the video in LA. Had Shock G in the video. It was like going crazy. Like it was big, like big video. My artist shit was going off.
Rest in peace to Shock G.
About to take over on another level with it. And I like start going crazy. So I'm now I'm Cameo fucking with the record a little bit, getting some spins up there. So I put that video on there. Then I come back again, my third single, Rocket. Shot by Bro Jack. Shout out Bro Jack, Pittsburgh. You feel me? Bro Jack shot that. Bam. Video looked like fucking state of the art. You know what I'm saying? Boom. From that, me and my little bro was working on other shit at the same time. So we used to just be at the house chilling again. He was like, we'd just be coming up with ideas. So one day, before World Star even existed, he like, I want to do this website where it's putting artists out there hella big and we interview them and hella other shit. I'm like, what you want to call it? He like, Swagger Life TV. Bam. So we started doing the Swagger Life shit. So now we pushing the Swagger Life TV and making little new, we putting hella people videos out and on. And then now he like, bro, we can put this shit actually on Comcast. So we start putting this shit on Comcast and presenting some of the shows and some of the parties and shit that motherfucker was doing and shit. And bam. So then while I'm doing that with my little bro, he doing it with his fiance girlfriend at the time from Miss Princess. So she do all the interviews and shit, be doing the hosting shit. That shit was big. So it was starting to take off. He ended up getting into a little trouble. Damn, I'm still pushing and moving. So now I start pushing the Carter Block shit hella heavy. That's as in, so as I'm pushing the Carter Block shit, it started picking up. I started doing annual picnics, started giving out food drives. I started doing more like other things outside of music. And it took off to be very intriguing for the community as something that people was like destined to have and destined to see. So from that shit, I ran across Lil Bro. Lil Bro was with his older bro doing the Stick Squad, and the Stick Squad movement was going, and they was on their own path, but they loved the energy that I was doing and shit. So he like, bro, like we wanna fuck with you. You feel me? So we started fucking with it together. Like you said, little bro just used to come around, chill. You know what I'm saying? If we need him to do something, he'd do something. He didn't really trip off the musical content part. He just wanted to be there just for support. So I told him one day, like, bruh, if you gonna be here, you need a job, man. It's like there's no point in you just being here, bruh. Like, that shit pointless. So, as him being who he is, he was a little smart ass. He didn't get it at first, but then he took heed, like, maybe big bro telling me something that's real. So he called me like, bruh, like, you think I can really do this shit? I said, bro, I would never tell you something if I don't think that you couldn't do it. So he like, for real? I'm like, yeah. So he like, all right. I'm like, all right, nigga, all right. So he like, he hit me back. He like, all right, I'm serious, bro. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna call the people, make sure we're gonna get it done. He like, damn, all right, like that? I'm like, damn, like that. Gave him this shit. I'm like, bro, you your own boss now. You a smaller version of me to run your own pipeline and chain. You done seen me do everything. You done been with me hands on. You done been with me at this concert, this event, this network, this. Here go your open wings. You feel me? I'm fully supportive of you. But now it's time for you to be you now. You feel me? That's where the whole after change came. Now he doing many successful things. But like he said, the CBE first, but
Yeah.
like he heavy pushing after change. You feel me? So
That's good.
from that, my brother, I ran across Fee. Fee was doing his own thing, connecting with some people that I was connected with. And it's crazy how we just connected the dots. It was just like on some genuine shit. Never even met each other in a day in our life. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time, we know people, but we never had a full introduction. But when we had that connection, it was like I knew him for my whole life. So, bam, I told him. So we had it started off, we didn't even start off on no music shit. That's why I love and feed and respect Fee on a whole nother aspiration bigger than music. Like, these people right here, these my family. It ain't no music shit with me. Like, he like, I want to fuck with you. But I tested water. I said, bro, I don't just do music shit, my nigga. So if you come and fuck with me just on some music shit, I ain't the nigga that you want to fuck with. And he like, nah, bro. Like, I ain't known that. And when he said that, I felt it in my heart when he said that. Like, I ain't known that. And I'm like, all right. I'm like, bro, I got a food drive, bro, in my hood. He ain't even from my hood. I got a food drive in my hood I'm doing for the community, bro. If you fuck with me, pull up. I look up, I'm fucking with the boxes and shit. My hand broke, all the shit. Like, bird. I started smelling like, damn, he came. He fuck with me. You feel me? From that, turned into a bi-weekly thing. Bro, what you doing, bro? I'm like, bro, I'm probably about to do another food drive. You know, I ain't really tripping off the music. You know, we pushing the music. I ain't tripping. Bro, I ain't tripping, bro. You pushing for the community, I'm pulling up. All right. Like, damn, this nigga really fuck with me. Like, it ain't about the music. So it's not really even a test no more. Like, this nigga really fuck with me. So now, when it came back into the music part, it's just like, bruh, I got you, bro. Even though I know you got your son, and I know you've been pushing for everybody else that probably not here no more, don't worry, my nigga. I got you. I fuck with you. You feel me? So it took into me a whole different other way for somebody to tell me I got you, because I always had people.